Alrighty then, back once again for another reaction. This time it's Once Upon a Time, Season 2, Episode 15. Last time involved a lot of family matters and revelations that pretty much blew me away and gave me possibly one of my very first examples of a factoid that changes your perspective if you were to go back and rewatch the series from the beginning. Because that was a pretty big bombshell to drop on me, that Gold, Rumpelstiltskin, is Henry's grandfather. So, wow. So, just like Mary Margaret and David are Henry's maternal grandparents, Rumpel is the paternal grandparent. And as they were joking in the episode, like, that's one heck of a family circle at Thanksgiving, isn't it? Oh my gosh. And Bay is still quite wounded by being abandoned at the crucial moment. He doesn't really want to reconcile, though I think he'll warm up in time. Right now, he seems to have struck up a friendly relationship, excuse me, with Henry, because of course it's his son. Like, he obviously wants to know his son. He was excited to learn that he had a son. So that's going to keep him sticking around. But obviously there's going to need to be another push. And I think Henry is going to sort of help convince him in a way. But the irony of that is that Gold is now being reminded of, during his time as Rumpel, he met the seer again, and she was talking about how you know, this little boy would be his undoing, and he can't exactly easily bring himself to kill him, knowing he's his flesh and blood now. It creates a really interesting conflict for Gold / Rumpel here, and I'm really curious as to where this is gonna go. Never mind where this is gonna go for poor Emma in the middle of all of this. Yeah, and this is before they've made it back to Storybrooke. Like, I just don't know the direction that dynamic is going now. Yeah. And obviously we've still got this whole thing with Cora and Regina going on. I don't know how they're going to react to all this, but I suppose we'll eventually find out. But yeah, as for this episode, obviously no titles, I don't have any predictions, and I'm pretty late in getting to this episode, about a week late, so we're going to get right into it. Okay, Mary Margaret, I see what you're saying. Believe me, I do. I see what you're saying, but counterpoint, and hear me out on this. This is exactly what Cora wants you to do, or she wants you to change in this way. She literally said to your mother, as she was laying at the funeral, like, you want to turn her heart black. You want to turn Snow heart black. Like, and she is starting to lose faith in that white heart of hers. Like, She's like, what is it getting me? I keep losing my loved ones in vain. And as I say, this is a crossroads every hero must meet eventually, because the path of the righteous, it's filled with the corpses of your friends and loved ones because of what evil does to them. And yeah, it can get overwhelming, and she's starting to crumble under it, and she's starting to think, well, how about I mix it up? How about I be the one to... and that is exactly what Korra is counting on. She wants Snow's heart to darken. So this is going to play right into Korra's hands, which is going to contribute to the mess that Emma and co have to clean up after they get back and heal Gold. So I think I see the flow of events that are coming up, and as I say, my main prediction coming out of this episode is that the candle will come back into play and Gold will be saved through use of the candle. They'll find it somewhere, and yeah, I think if that does happen, then the one to sacrifice himself is going to be Bay. Because he's already had his big reunion. He's confirmed that on some level he still loves his father. As he said, there's still blood. He can't really abandon him while he's dying. And so, upon Gold healing, what further purpose does his character serve? It's like they've cut him off completely by giving him a fiance, because that means you can't even use the Emma excuse. They basically sealed his death, I think, by showing the fiance, because, there was always room for doubt that he was going to die before, but there's still a chance he might get back together with Emma. But no, they deliberately sealed that off, I think, to make it completely okay to just kill him off. I'm sure that's what they're going to do. Obviously, it isn't really a spoiler for me to speculate like this, because as I say, I haven't seen this series before, so I don't know. So I'm going to make claims like that as predictions, because I genuinely don't know what's coming, and that's the way I like it. But oh man, I think this episode really suffered in terms of commentary, because there was so much good dialogue going on and so much sad, oppressive, melancholic moments that there wasn't really a lot of room for input when there was a good interaction going on. I wanted to listen to every line that was being said, because the script writing in this show is often pretty damn good. And a lot of the times there was just this sad, oppressive atmosphere that made me not want to say anything, which also isn't very conducive to reactions. I know that, obviously, you can tell a lot from how a person is feeling by their facial expressions and the way they look at a scene and stuff. I'm sure I gave you guys plenty of reaction content, but in terms of commentary, I don't think I did much at all. But I know that's probably just me being harsh on myself, but that's how I feel this episode was on the whole. It was very, very oppressive. It's not an episode I enjoy watching, but it's an episode I can say is objectively very good. Do you get what I mean? This was obviously a great episode from a dramatic standpoint and everything it established, especially the twist showing that Korra manipulated even more things and caused even more death, and she's just an absolute tyrant. And if this was any other character other than Mary Margaret, I'd be like, yes, go ahead, kill her. But in this specific instance, it's exactly what Korra wants. So I'm like, maybe hold off on that. But no, Korra is just the absolute worst. I don't think I've hated a character like her for quite a while in the way that I hate her. I'm a tough guy to piss off, but I hate her. She's just taken cunt and raised it to 100. She's just pure spite, and I hate her. But yeah, I would say this is a fantastic episode from, you know, the perspective of the whole story and everything. But in terms of something I enjoy watching, it's right down there at the bottom. Because I don't like feeling this sad and oppressed. But do you get what I mean? Like, it's that overbearing effect over the top of me that makes I'm not enjoying this. Like, I feel so bad for these characters. I feel the weight of this scene. I feel uncomfortable. And that is exactly how you're meant to feel, which is what makes it good television. But like I say, at the same time, that's not enjoyable on a human level. But like I say, this is the very weird crossroad you get to with that kind of emotion, because it's not an insult towards the episode to say that it was a bad watch. That's just me complimenting, in a weird way, the atmosphere and emotions that the episode conveys. It wanted to feel like that, and it succeeded in feeling like that, which is why I say that on a technical level, it was a fantastic episode. But in terms of the feeling it gives you, I didn't like that feeling. I really hope that this whole thing crescendos in a satisfying way. And I'm interested to know what Hook's going to do going forward, because David wants to throw him in jail for assaulting him. Like, I hope that that gets overlooked, because I want Hook to keep being involved in things. Like, he is entertaining. Like, even in the short screen time that he had in this episode, it was like, punch you, get my hook back. Travel instantly to New York, stab you. Like, very action forward. I like it. But yeah, that reveal though, that it was never the fairy at all, it was Cora. And then it didn't click with me until a couple of conversations later, but she said poison is a good look on you. It wasn't no illness. And I think she knew as well. I think the Queen knew, because she was like checking a handkerchief and saw blood on it. And I think she started staring at it. Like, I think that was when she knew, I think, that it was poison. But obviously she didn't say anything. And I would say, if I were to pick the best scene from this episode, just general best scene, I would say it was the Queen saying how proud she was of Snow for not giving in to the dark magic. I knew that was the response she'd take, and that's why I had to applaud her when she said, you know, word for word what I said she'd be thinking. Like, that she'd be proud of her for making that choice. She resisted the temptation to do that and couldn't sacrifice the life of another just for the safety of her mother. Like, I knew she'd be proud of that, and it was such a lovely moment. But I think what made this episode, as I said, what made this episode extra hard for me to sit through was all of the ways it made me remember my own father's passing, and that's just no bueno. That's no bueno. But as I say, I don't want to take anything away from the episode on the level of like how it presents itself as an episode, because like I say, it was fantastic. So okay, I think that's all the thoughts I have on this one, and I shall see you guys next time.